Hey guys, I hope you're having a really good day. So today, what I need to talk with y'all about is it's getting closer. Actually, it's already there. It's that time of the year where you are called back to purgatory. Sorry, I mean high school. So here I am today to tell all of you how to survive high school. Okay, let's start with number one. Number one is you have to deal with those dramatic people. Like, when I say dramatic, I don't mean like drama people or people who are just dramatic. I mean the people who just come to school to start drama for no reason. Like the people who will be like, oh, I want to be your friend. And you're like, okay, let's be friends. And then they completely stab you in the back. And then they make some dramatic scene and tell these other people they've been talking to all about it, and they try to turn people against you. See, my first instinct in my head is, man, I really want to punch you. I know I can't do that, and you shouldn't do that because, well, there's a lot of consequences that happen when you do that. So it's best to just like ignore the other person, and if people who like are talking and hanging with that person come and talk to you, just be straight up with them and tell them, I have some bad business with that person. So if you're here regarding them, like, I don't want to talk about it or anything like that. If you want to talk to me about something else, that's fine, but let's not go into that. That's what I would do. Number two. When schools try to control you in a way that they honestly should have no right to do, if your school is like my school, and they're like, yeah, even though you have two really good friends here, you guys can't talk outside of school, and you can't talk on social media or anything like that. Well, I'm in like a special type of school, so I guess in most public schools that doesn't happen, but in mine, it did. And how you deal with that is you just keep on doing you. Like, it's your own personal life. Schools have no right to get involved in your personal life. So you just do you and keep being your amazing self. Number three. I can't believe I'm gonna say this one, but I have to say it. The mean, pushy teachers, like the ones that like you're like doing your work and you look up for a second and they are on you. Like if you say one thing to your friend, they're like, no talking, you're disrupting the class. There are one of two things you can do. If you are really in a bad mood and you decide to have an outburst and get kicked out of the class, well, if the teacher deserved it, kudos to you. But, which it really isn't a smart choice to get kicked out of class, but some people, that's just what they have to do, so I'm not going to judge people for that, because that has happened to me before. Yeah. The second thing you can do, though, is you can be like, I'm not talking, and you just explain to them what they're doing, and if they don't listen, I just zone them out, or I just like, okay, and I take my work and walk out of class. Walk out of class, but I take my work, so I'm doing my work, so it gets done, and I give it to the teacher, and say, I did my work, and that's what you do with that. When it oh wait, I forgot to say the number. Number 4. This one is like really only for like some people, but it's like there's like different, in lots of public schools, there's lots of cliques and stuff. It's like, if you don't fit into a clique, don't feel bad. Like, being in a clique, it's not all it's cracked up to be. A good thing to have is some real solid friends who care about you and love you for you and are there for you when you're emotional, hang out with you when you're having your good times, and are just there for you. That is much better than being in a clique, having true friends, because being in a clique doesn't automatically always mean that they're true friends. It's just a bunch of people with similar interests who hang out with each other. Sometimes some of them don't even like each other, so it's really not all it's cracked up to be. So if you're not in a clique, do not feel bad. And finally, number 5. And that is, try your best to do good in school, like with your grades and stuff. Work hard on your grades and your goals that you have to achieve and stuff like that. Don't let drama of other people get in the way of your schoolwork. If you really feel like that's a real important thing to you, then work on that. But if getting school done is a real goal for you, I encourage you guys to do school. Work on your school really hard, because school is important, but also friendships are really important. So I'd say there needs to be a balance of two. You need to worry about how your friends feel and what's going on with your friends, and also worry about what's going on in your schoolwork and stuff like that. Because both of them are important, and everyone has different values. Some people will value school over friends, and some people value friends over school. I don't really think that either way is bad or good. I feel like they're both good, and they're not bad. Those are two very important things to me, so I think they're both very valuable, especially to some people. And that's something that I think you guys should do. I encourage you guys to work towards your goals in school, to really work hard and do what you really want to do in your heart. Another thing I think you guys shouldn't do is, I would say, try and stay out of trouble. If there's kids bringing drugs and stuff like that to school, just stay away from them. I've been with those type of kids before, seen what they're like, and lots of the time they aren't really there for you. They don't particularly care about you. They care about getting the stuff. They don't care about you. They value that stuff over you. So I encourage you to hang out with people who actually care about you, who are there for you. Like I said, real friends. Don't hang out with someone just because they're cool, or because they seem popular, or because they're doing something that makes them seem rebellious or cool. Because it's not worth it. What's worth it is finding and making real friends who are going to be there for you in the long run. Not people who, when times get tough, are just going to ditch you. And if people starting crap with you, like I said, it's best to ignore them. But if it gets out of control, I suggest you tell a teacher. But I've told teachers and stuff like what people are doing before, and they tell me they're going to do something, but they really don't do anything, or at least they don't have an effect. So sometimes just what you need to do is walk up to the person and be like, hey, you need to stop. And if they keep on don't stop. As harsh as this sounds, you just gotta go, pow, and you just gotta punch them, because sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to prove yourself and stand up for yourself, because some people don't listen to reasoning. Some people, they don't. You have to prove yourself, because they think if you're weak that they can pick on you and stuff like that. And that is probably really bad advice to you guys. I suggest if you do it, don't do that unless they hit you first, actually. Only hit them if they hit you first, because that's better advice. And if they do hit you, I suggest yes, just hit them back, but try and make sure it's not on school property, because schools they go crazy over that. But yeah, those are some stuff that I think will help you guys survive high school. Oh, and another thing is really make sure your real friends are your real friends. Don't just trust anyone. Don't just because someone's nice to you, don't go ahead and tell them all your secrets and stuff like that. Because in my experience in high school, there's some really shady people. So make sure you find your real friends who are going to be there for you, and make sure you can trust them. It's always nice to have some people you can trust. As And that's what you should do about your friends in school. And as of the teachers, if you have a nice teacher, be really grateful because there are really some really, really nice, good teachers out there. And there's some really crappy, not nice teachers. And with the crappy, not nice ones, what I've had to do is honestly, I've just grabbed my work and I've walked out of their class because I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I'm not going to deal with a teacher or anyone telling me if I say one thing to the person next to me to stop talking, I'm disrupting the class, and a bunch of other things that just don't need to be said. I'm just not a person that will deal with something like that because I feel like I deserve more respect than that, and I think each and every one of you deserve more respect than that. So try your best to be respectful to the teachers, and hopefully they're respectful in return. But if they're not respectful in return, I would just grab my work, get out, and be like, I'm gonna sit outside the classroom and I'll do my work out here. Some teachers might not be okay with that, but I always say everything's worth a try. I hope you guys liked my 5 tips on how to survive high school and how to like some extra little things I added. And I hope you guys have a magical, amazing day. And if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're updated every time I'll upload my magical, friendly content to brighten up your day. And before I go, look at this cool jacket. Let me put it on. My best friend gave it to me. He's awesome. See? I just want to give out a shout out to my best friend Cole. He's awesome. And he's super amazing. And if you guys ever meet him, you should tell him that he's super awesome and amazing.